Morning, morning, morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another rider. Today we have the lovely Sydney in the car, cheerful student, and she makes jewellery for a living. So nice to have you here today, Sydney.
Very nice to be here today.
So why jewellery? How long you been doing it for, and what motivates you?
Well, I was always really interested in working with my hands and doing something creative. So originally I thought to go into sculpture, but I like to make something that I can use in life. So whether it be sort of DIY projects, or I'm very much a function over form. As much as I love something that's beautiful, I'd rather it have a purpose. So by creating sculptural pieces that I could wear, I felt better about making them, and I enjoyed the process around the creation much more enjoyable. So hence jewellery.
What inspires you?
I'm not really sure. My brain sort of works differently to other people. As we were talking about with the ADHD, I tend to hyper-focus on certain things, which are the things that motivates me. I follow the dopamine, in a sense. I follow what gives me joy, or brings me pleasure, the things I'm interested in, but they may only last for a few months. So when I'm asked the question, what inspires me, it changes. It can be very different. At the minute, I'm thinking about what to do for my third year project, and I'm doing how to make religion funny, or using my
That's
past.
a dangerous one. That's a very dangerous one.
Well, like how to explore my religious trauma in a more humorous way that makes it.
Oh, for your personal.
My
for yourself.
personal experiences,
Yeah,
yeah.
There you
So
go.
we'll say Christianity Church of England is what I was brought up with and what I went to school with, and I've had some sort of traumatic experiences from that, and how I can process them with humour through my own work, and therefore sort of understand or come to terms with what I've experienced, or even just process what has happened and make it a more enjoyable memory for me. Yeah.
When you say trauma, what kind of trauma in the church? Because
It's not that traumatic, but for a 6-year-old, it was traumatic at the time, let's say. So my class was made to perform the crucifixion of Christ on stage. We held crosses and paraded around singing, "They hung him on a cross for me." And the idea of being blamed for someone's death at 7 years old was baffling even then. So it's not sort of severe trauma people face around sort of unacceptance in the church and all that sort of dangerous things, but my own sort of view on the religion and how it affects young people's minds, that was my idea of trauma at the time.
do you consider yourself religious now? Or?
God, no. I mean, I'd like to say that it's nice to have a faith, and I like the fact that people have hope in certain things, but I know too much about the religion I was brought up with to ever want to go back to it, about the dangers it possesses, the misogyny, the racism, all these things that are so ingrained in this history that I just can't go back.
Do you think that's just bad people and not the actual religion? Because you're going to get you get bad politicians,
Yeah,
you
but
get bad lawyers, but when we need help, we still go to a lawyer to sign off on things, you know?
So, as I think of it, as we use your sense of a bad lawyer, I think of it more as a bad judge, and the judge controls what happens. He is the final verdict. And my idea is, or my theory is that religion, there are so many bad people, there are so many of these bad judges that is completely influenced how we work and how our society is now sort of thinking, and their thoughts around everything else, how we view women, how we view people of different races. It's such this dangerous me versus you, us versus them, that I don't think it's one person.
I hear you probably get a conglomerate of people who may think a certain way in certain establishments, but then you also get, let's say, the Mother Teresa's of the world
Definitely.
And who will be the candle in, I'm not sure, the candle in the tunnel, candle in the wind, but you know, you get those kind of people. So I kind of always put things down to,
Oh, I don't
those are bad
disparage people who want to do good things. I think they're amazing to have that passion for people and just wanting to help them. But the bad overwhelms the good, especially with Christianity and the Church of England.
When you make your jewellery, how do you feel? What do you think of?
Jewellery in the sense of what?
When you're making your jewellery, you're making the jewellery. Are you basing it on Viking styles or Indians or Africans style? What are you thinking?
What do you mean?
So you're creating the style of the jewellery. Am
Yeah.
I correct?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, secondary education I went through, and the subjects I chose to study, things like sociology and psychology and art.
No. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I said jewellery.
Yeah, jewellery, like
So
what, the group of peers that I'm...
No.
Sorry.
We're going back to what you make, your jewellery.
Oh, my jewellery!
Yes.
I thought you said jewellery, like jewellery, like as in like judge.
Yeah, my pronunciation.
Sorry, that's honestly I'm so verbally dyslexic.
No,
that
don't
I'm
worry. It's my
just-
pronunciation, my
No,
heavy tongue,
it's
or whatever.
honestly.
So-
Whenever I say jewellery, people think I say drawing.
Okay,
So,
so
fair
yeah,
enough.
I'm saying, what do you feel and what inspires you when you're making it? Are you thinking like, do you do African themes? Do you do Asian, or do you do Vikings? Like,
It's honestly whatever brings me joy at that moment. I don't tend to go into specific styles just because I think if I haven't done the research, so say if I was doing like an Indian style, I haven't done the research or I haven't understood the cultural importance of certain things, so I wouldn't want to disrespect
it's just
someone's...
jewellery, though.
Yeah, but it's all like
I wouldn't worry
linked to...
about that.
It always
Because
is, yeah.
everything's a hybrid. So you take...
Yeah, but if I'm using certain aspects from someone's culture and I don't understand what they mean, then that can be rude to them.
No,
And not in like that sort of cancel culture
It
stuff.
does
like,
sound a bit like that, though.
And no, I
does
mean
sound
it in the sense that like I've got friends in the course that are from China, from India, from like all over the world, and I want to use something from their culture in my jewellery in a specific way that I don't understand. I just think it's rude to them.
I don't know. I think
fair
because
enough. Different opinions.
no, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking is what copying is the highest form of flattery. That's what comes to mind.
Oh,
So-
but if I had made a piece of jewellery and someone copied it, I'd be fuming. I'd be furious. That's not flattery. You're just trying to rip off my work.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, especially with like material stuff.
Okay.
If I'm especially an independent designer, if I don't have the money, I'm a student, I've got barely any money. If you are making money off my designs, my ideas, and not giving me any credit or stealing, you're stealing.
You're not saying this is inspired by Sydney.
Yeah, if you're not saying that, then that's rude. You're stealing. That's not copying.
Okay.
That's not flattery.
All right.
Yeah.
No problem, no
If you're being inspired by, that's completely different. If you're using aspects and making them your own, fair enough. Like, if you've got the design mind for that, all props to you. Like, if you can create something new, that's amazing. I think that's so important in our society to always be creating. I mean, you can always look on the past for inspiration, but never stop making.
So what does the future hold for you?
I mean, that's where I'm sort of stuck at the minute. I don't really know. As I said, I follow the dopamine and the endorphins in my brain. So I don't know if I want to do jewellery forever. I have a job as a florist. I love making flower arrangements and bouquets and window displays and all that. Just anything creative is where I want to go. Anything I can make. If I can make something pretty, I'm good.
Okay. Do you know why we have dopamine and endorphins?
Pardon?
Do you know the history of why we have dopamine and endorphins?
Not exactly, no.
I was watching this huge podcast and this guy is talking about back in the old days of when we were out on the savannas of Africa and places searching for food and all of these things.
Yeah.
When you find, let's say, berries that taste nice,
Ah,
you get that rush
yeah.
of happiness.
You remember
and
where they
gratitude.
are then.
Yeah, so you know, and you relate those berries with contentment and happiness.
Yeah.
And that's where
Safety.
you have it. Yeah, and safety, security. It's good to do what you do
Yeah.
in that respect. But obviously nowadays with TikTok and things, that dopamine can go wrongly because
Yeah.
you're getting it on something that's taking away your concentration
Yeah.
and things like that. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you.
No, that's so correct. Like, that's really interesting to know.
Do you make jewellery for people?
I do. It's only like family and family friends, but I went to New York this year and a person off the street came up to me and bought one off my hand, which was really cool.
Yeah, that's good.
So it's a real confidence boost when someone openly likes your stuff.
Yeah.
It makes you want to do more things or just experiment more with what you've got and all that sort of stuff.
So if people want to find you, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram, and that's sydk.jewellery. So SYDK.JEWELLERY.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if they want a piece of jewellery to buy, are you going to be up for that?
Absolutely. Just hit me up on my DMs. I'll be happy to make whatever they want. Absolutely.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, yourself included, man.
I don't wear jewellery, but thank you.
Oh, you've got to get into it.
No,
Absolutely.
I think I'll pass on that. I bought jewellery in my younger years and it all got lost. Or
I mainly
stolen.
make rings. I don't know if you... Here,
I know.
have a look.
Oh yeah. So how? Oh, that's heavy. That's
Oh,
silver.
yeah. Yeah. I live in London, man. I got to be safe.
No, so that's silver.
Yeah, I would make all silver
How-
stuff.
Explain how you craft it. That's very.
So I carve them, hence why I got... It was all from sculpture.
So what you do with the silver fragments? Then you just reheat
So
them and they bond
basically,
together or something.
I wax carve it. So I carve these intricate pieces in wax, and then I get them casted. So I send them into Hatton Gardens, which is like the jewellery centre of London, and they put them in a casting thing. I've forgotten all the words for it, which is great. But they pour the silver in, and it's left. You're left with the shape that you created, and you polish it when you're home, and all these things, and you make it yours. And I love it because it's
That's
each
really good. That's bespoke. That's heavy.
Oh yeah, like
so
it's
that
all
ring there,
individual
how much
pieces.
would you sell that ring for?
So the casting price was maybe 200 quid, and I spent a straight 10 hours working on it of my ADHD, just going hyper focusing on it.
Stop claiming things that ADHD. Go on, we spoke
It
about
is
that before we
ADHD.
started.
If you hyper focus on something and you have
Oh,
the diagnosis
come on.
I've
Right.
got,
Well,
yeah. Well, no, say if I was like, if I had the sort of regular, normal thinking process, it would have taken me about 4 days, on and off 4 days to make. So
Okay.
I'd have to maybe sell it for 350, and that's cheap.
yeah, because it's
Yeah.
a nice piece of
Thank
silver.
you. It's a real chunk of silver
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
a big and it's heavy as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you live in London,
If
you've
you
got to
hit
be
somebody
safe.
with that's really going to embed in their face. There's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be no doubt that you hit them.
Oh yeah, that's the dream. That's the
That's
dream.
the dream, you know.
Oh yeah.
Okay then.
I'm just waiting for the day someone come up to me and starts spouting nonsense. Just-
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I hope it works
I
out for
can
you.
make a ring with my logo on it and like punch it into their face, and they'll be like embedded with my logo for a while.
Okay, well,
I'm teasing.
yeah, I know, you know. Well, we're coming to the end of the journey now,
Yes.
so thanks a lot.
No worries. It was a pleasure.
We appreciate you sharing your gift, and we wish you well.
Thank you very much. It's been so lovely talking with you.
We hope that episode enhanced your life. We post an interview every day, as well as vlogging on our social media channels. Don't forget to subscribe to get our latest episode.